Reed, close friend of ours and close friend of Birmingham Mountain Radio, Gordy Stewart, is finally back in Birmingham after just traveling non-stop, it seems.
Always following it on Facebook.
I know, always got something going on. Yeah. Just back from Canada now, and he called and he was telling us about this cool thing that Toyota's doing, which is giving away 100 cars, and we wanted to bring him on along with some special folks and a special doggy to talk about kind of what's going on. Now, Gordy, tell us, before we get into the canine stuff, tell us about Toyota giving away 100 different cars.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's the only manufacturer I've heard that's done something like this. Basically, last year, they came up with this concept of 100 cars for good, and what the concept was is they would pick the best nonprofit organizations around the country, handpick them, and then based on interviews and essays and things like that. And then once they were identified, they would let the public vote through Facebook to determine the ultimate winners. And last year, believe it or not, in our metro area of Alabama, we had a winner, and it was Shelby Safe House, Reed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Read the radio.
I worked for 11 years. I worked at Safe House.
Right.
No doubt, yeah.
And they still talk about you.
Sure,
They still draw weird pictures of you, too.
They're contractually obligated to do so.
Yes.
So
As the longest-running employee.
That's right.
They had, yeah.
So now, tell me, so they're giving away, am I understanding this correctly, not one car every year across the nation. It's like regional, right? 100 a year. Okay, sorry.
Across the nation.
Gotcha.
And and this outfit, which we're about to introduce, submitted their essay, and they were identified by Toyota as deserving of a potential car.
Right.
So they asked for a Highlander, and they'll explain, I'm sure, why. But the fascinating thing is we could have a second winner here in our own very small area, Birmingham, Alabama.
How large is that region? That would be special, I guess, because is it a regional sort of thing? Or?
No, it's national.
Oh,
that's why it'd be a big deal.
And the fact that there's one in town is spectacular.
So this would be like American Idol winners coming from Birmingham year after year after year. It would be like that.
That's kind of true. We keep a trophy in-house. Yeah. Actually, in Hoover Toyota, last year was the place where the vehicle was given, the van was given.
Right.
We hosted the party. We raised a lot of toilet paper. The Safe House needs a lot of toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
55 women, 35 kids.
It's not a crappy place, so that makes it sound like a crappy place. But that's
well, the funny thing is about dogs, they don't need all that toilet paper.
That's right.
So we'll have a new challenge this year. But.
Well, I want to bring on David and Susan from Canine Specialty Services of Alabama, and of course the dog Buddy, who is here. And I kind of know what you guys do because Gordy and I talked about it earlier, but kind of brief everyone on what Canine Specialty Services of Alabama does.
Absolutely, sure. First off, let me say thanks for having us on.
It's our pleasure.
We're excited about this opportunity and the one that Toyota has given us here.
Sure.
But Canine Specialty Services of Alabama has been around for about 8 years, and what we do is we train handlers and dogs for different disciplines like search and rescue, tracking, trailing. We actually have HR dogs, human remain dogs, and narcotics dogs.
Sure.
So the other thing that we do is we train dogs for and donate them to the local law enforcement office. Different law enforcement agencies that may not be able to afford that. So
the training portion. You don't think about that.
Well, and the dogs. The dogs are to buy a trained dog in say narcotics detection is just astronomical what that would cost. But we do it for nothing. We and a lot of our dogs that we get, they may be rescue dogs that we've tested and they show the aptitude to do one of those disciplines. So but it's been a lot of fun. My wife is the one that got me involved in it, and I'm hooked now. So
it used to be when someone went missing or when they needed a dog, when they would contact you guys, the police departments or wherever the jurisdiction was would be able to pay you guys for the services. But then with the economy, some of that dried up. Correct. So now how does it happen? If they need a dog or they need your services, where's the money come from? How's that funded?
Basically, we do it. It comes out of our pocket because we're nonprofit, and if they need our services, we donate our services or dogs, whatever they might need, and that's why this whole contest is so important for us. We don't. As an organization, we don't have a vehicle, so if we've got to get our dogs out to a remote area, we've got to get one of our own vehicles and take them out there. And when you got a pickup truck, it's kind of hard to get the dog jump in the back,
sure.
And your equipment and everything else. So the Highlander that we're trying to win is going to be perfect for what we need, because we can take the dog safely and our equipment at the same time. So. It's going to be great.
Let's take a quick break, and then we come back. We're going to meet Buddy the dog and talk about what Buddy does, and then how you guys go about training these dogs. It's so interesting. We've got a puppy at the house now, and boy, what a just thinking about training.
Can you teach Will how to train a dog not to eat his house?
Not to eat my house. That would be a great help. This hour of O Brother Radio brought to you by Wickles Pickles. When the Lockamy brothers pick pickles, they pick Wickles. Friend Gordy Stewart from Hoover Toyota is here with us, along with David and Susan from Canine Specialty Services of Alabama. They are up for the chance to get a free vehicle, a Highlander, from Hoover Toyota, or I guess just from Toyota in general. But is it going to come from your store?
Yeah, we'll sponsor the party and the event.
Cool.
The money actually comes from the Toyota manufacturer, but we'll supplement it with like a jar of jelly beans or something.
Nice.
There
you go. Very nice.
Something the dogs can appreciate.
Yeah.
And this is a non-profit organization who they train dogs to go out if, say, someone has Alzheimer's and goes missing, or if, unfortunately, somebody passes away and is missing in the woods, they send these dogs out. Or in rescue missions like in the tornado, right? Mm-hmm. You guys have a dog that found 9 people in the tornado aftermath. So with a dog like Buddy, what is Buddy specially trained to do?
Buddy is an area search dog. He's going to, again, if somebody is missing, then he is going to get out and find that individual. Buddy has he got certified, I guess, back in December. It's not just do a little training and say okay, he can find people. We actually have there's a national certification that all the dogs that we have to go through. So.
Have you ever had a dog try to cheat its way into being a rescue dog?
Actually,
like a lazy dog that just tries to.
Actually, Buddy would probably qualify for that.
He's not actually interested in finding anybody at all.
So if someone's missing in an area, do you need to get an article of that person's clothing or something and let him smell that, and then
some sort of a scent source for them to that's right, Buddy.
He's offended about what I said. And I feel bad now.
No, don't.
Okay.
But once he has that scent, then he can go out into a large area.
Absolutely. And in fact, when he certifies, they actually make him find 2 people in a certain amount of time in an area there. So
he says that's right. Yeah. So to train the dog, I guess it's mainly teaching him to associate these scents and to understand that he won't get a reward unless he brings back here's the evidence of where that person is, or is it that? And also, I guess, teaching him to be disciplined and one-track minded, I guess. Well, is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah. Basically, we start out with some pretty simple, hide and seek type things, and then we graduate up to, full-fledged searching, and he actually, or all the dogs, we practice, we train every week. And so we'll get out and we'll put people in the woods, and all the dogs have to go find them. If it's an HR dog, we do some work with as far as them having to alert on certain scents and that type of thing. So
now, I know human composition is a smell. Apparently,
decomposition. Human composition is definitely a smell you do not want to smell.
Decomposition, is a smell that apparently is like no other.
Right.
Very unique. When you're training a dog to smell that scent, where do you come up with that?
Do you really want me to tell you?
I do. Yeah, I'm very intrigued
by that. Yes.
We actually have to
kill a hobo.
No, we don't. No. That's pretty close. No.
What do you have to do? How do you do that?
Easy, Gordy.
Sorry. Caught me off guard.
Yeah. No, we actually will. We have some of certain medical facilities that'll actually donate
tissue and things
in that
of that
way.
Nature.
In fact, and then we have an avenue where we can purchase that type of stuff as well, that we can have that to train with.
You can purchase dead folks.
That's creepy.
We Yeah, but we haven't tried the hobo thing. Somebody suggested roadkill once.
Might be a money saver. That's right.
We don't want them finding possums. We want them to find the right thing.
So you guys service all of Alabama?
Actually, we're Central Alabama, but yes, we have affiliates down in the Panhandle of Florida, in several other states. We've actually trained some dogs that were donated down in the Florida area, down in Orlando.
Yeah,
that's another reason that this vehicle would be so great for us, because you transporting a dog that far, you want to have a nice security.
To donate to a police department,
right? To a police department, something like that.
Is that tough when this dog you've trained and you spend all this time with, and then you have to leave them with a police department somewhere? Is that difficult to do?
No, it's really not. Again, it's just one of those things that when you do it as much as we do, it's you
get used to that. I
guess.
You
get used to it, and in a lot of cases, we actually, when we train dogs for law enforcement, we ideally like to have the officer that's going to be handling the dog there. One of our folks said the other day, said we're actually training the officer, not the dog. The dog knows what to do.
Right,
it's pretty much a natural thing. They've either got it or they don't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Buddy looks a bit like a mutt.
That's what's so cool about Buddy. And again, I think I mentioned earlier is that we take a lot of times it may be a rescue dog. I mean, Buddy is actually a lab mix. He's part lab, part pit bull.
That's what I was going to say. I thought I saw some pit bull in the face there.
When we found out about the organization, they said, bring Buddy out, let's test him. I have to be honest with you and tell you that I was pretty skeptical. That I didn't think that I know Buddy's a good dog, but but that was a natural for him. So, he is we got him in Tennessee. So he's a Tennessee dog. We brought all his fleas and ticks and
no doubt about it. Now, so for y'all to get this Toyota Highlander, though, this is not something that's just going to happen magically. People are going to have to do something, right?
Absolutely.
How does this process work?
All right, the way this works is, and just to kind of go in on what Gordy said earlier, they're giving away 100 cars, and during 100 days. For 100 days, they have 5 organizations that will compete against each other each day for the 100 days.
I see. Okay.
And so our day comes up on Monday.
The 23rd.
The 23rd.
Okay.
And and we'll be competing against 4 other organizations from around the country.
Yeah.
And the way we'll get the way we get the votes is through Facebook. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
the other organizations are probably like child murderers.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Probably.
No, actually.
I'm just guessing. No?
Too soon for Sandusky jokes for profit.
All right, so people have to go to Facebook, and that's where this happens. And once on Facebook, where do they go?
It's a website, 100carsforgood.com.
100 Cars for Good, the number 100.
Right. 100 www.100carsforgood.com, and then it actually is a hyperlink. It takes you to the Facebook page.
I see, okay.
But it requires everyone to do a vote. Everyone's got to log in and do a vote. The whole thing is based on the success of getting as many votes as they can.
And we'll be able to post some links on our Facebook page on Monday, correct? And that'll funnel people there. Okay, great.
Right.
Oh, I see. That was very easy. When you type in 100carsforgood.com, it goes straight to the Facebook sort of thing there.
Right.
Now, David, have you ever seen the video about Skid Boot, a dog called Skid Boot?
Oh, boy.
I have not.
Okay, being in the dog training field, you need to go on YouTube at some point and just type in Skid Boot.
That's all you need, yeah.
Yeah, well, just one of the best stories I've ever seen. We really love it. And then another one we love, it's a tearjerker, but it's Jimmy Stewart when he was on Johnny Carson telling it. He wrote a poem about his dog named Bo, and you got to check it out. It's just, we're big dog lovers. And
now, you don't want to watch that one in the presence of other people. That's more of an alone time.
Or without some tissues. Without some tissues around. But really fantastic stuff. Well, thank you guys for joining us. This was very interesting.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. And good luck. Good luck. Hopefully,
we appreciate that very much.
For sure. So everybody, Monday, Go to 100, say it again,
100carsforgood.com. And listen, good news, I'm a good luck charm because the agency, like I said, that I worked for 11 years won it last year. Now you've met me.
There you go.
It's probably going to win.
It seems like it's given at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come to our dealership Saturday. Meet the dogs.
Absolutely, yeah. The dogs are going to be at Hoover Toyota. What time is that going to happen, Gordy?
Saturday, 11 to 3. Have a hot dog with a real dog.
I was going to say, some hot dogs.
Don't
there.
confuse the two.
No, definitely not.